Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I am Anand Narasimhan. Has Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his team stumped the opposition's caste census card with 3 new BJP faces in the heartland states of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh? A tribal leader in Chhattisgarh, an OBC face in Madhya Pradesh and a Brahmin face given the top job in Rajasthan. Core Sangathan workers and long-time BJP loyalists have been given the nod. Those who have organizational experience along with a certain popularity, a certain currency with the voter in their respective states and regions have been picked. Most importantly, the BJP has carefully chosen the top 4 in these 3 states. So the CM, 2 deputy CMs and the speaker, keeping the caste arithmetic in mind. With months to go for the 2024 Lok Sabha polls where the BJP is eyeing a 3rd term at the centre, is this the BJP's counter to this caste census pitch of the opposition? Let's try and understand the breakup in each of these states in a little bit of detail. Chhattisgarh. So we have a tribal CM in Vishnudev Sai, a deputy CM in Arun Sao, and a deputy CM who's a Brahmin, and the speaker is a Rajput. So this is the combination in Chhattisgarh: tribal, OBC, Brahmin and Rajput. So it is Sabka Saath here. Then if you look at the next set is Madhya Pradesh. The chief minister is Mohan Yadav. Again, an OBC, one of the only Yadav's chief ministers across the country right now. Deputy CM is an SC in Jagdish Deoda. Again, a Brahmin face in Rajendra Shukla is another deputy CM. And the speaker, a former union minister, Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Tomar, again, he is a Rajput. Let's look at Rajasthan. Chief minister is a Brahmin face, Bhajan Lal Sharma. Deputy chief minister, a Rajput face in Diya Kumari from the royal family. And Deputy Chief Minister is an SC, that is Premchand Behrwa, and the Speaker again is an SC from in the form of Vasudev Devnani. Now, if we look at this entire grouping, is there a formula also which the BJP now seems to have bested to try and break this entire jiski jitni hissedari, jiski jitni sankhya bhari uski utni hissedari pitch of the opposition? Caste composition. The first tribal chief minister in Chhattisgarh, the nation's only Yadav CM and currently in Madhya Pradesh, and Brahmin CM in Rajasthan. The other aspect is the acceptance factor of these leaders also seen, sending a big message to party cadre that anyone can become a chief minister as one is disciplined and seniority does not matter. Loyalty to the party, core commitment, connection to the grassroots and the ability to work hard as a karyakarta, that's what matters. Lok Sabha 2024, the choice is taken keeping the upcoming Lok Sabha elections in mind, where the BJP is aiming for a hat-trick, and this is an indication that there will be a lot of new faces who will be given a chance. People who are working for the Sangathan, core workers, there's the impression that only imports will get a chance. That is also now the effort is to dispel that. Chance to new faces. Moving on from the tried and tested multiple time chief ministers like Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Raman Singh and Vasundhara Raje, saying that the BJP will not allow a culture of regional satraps to build within the party. Another issue which the Congress has suffered under Ashok Gehlot and some of the others. This satrapism is something that's being challenged openly and saying no, there is no space for satrapism. It's a corporate structure and you will work based on your ability and everybody will get a chance. No level of parivarwad directly or indirectly also. Our nepotism. To note, all 3 chief ministers are below the age of 60, which implies that the BJP wants to bring in a certain level of next-gen leadership, as majority of the voters are also young. These are people who have at least 10 to 15 years more as far as public service is concerned. Roots in the BJP, very, very important. All 3 chief minister choices have been part of the ABVP. So since their student day politics, they have been working with BJP and its political, roots, and of course the mother of it all, that is the RSS, and they have roots within the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh also. So simply put, the question is, will this entire culture of Sabka Saath, doing away with satrapism, and more importantly, making sure that everybody has the chance, everybody has the right to dream, will this actually topple this entire bogey of caste census?
Hello, Moto.
Let's go straight across to our guest, Dr. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author and political commentator, George Kurian, political analyst, and Sanjeev Srivastava, senior journalist. Namaste and Jai Hind. A lot has happened in Jaipur ever since you have had a personal celebration, Sanjeev Srivastava. So let me ask you this. Did you see it coming? Did anyone see this coming?
Nobody saw it coming. So that's the big thing about the present dispensation led by Mr. Modi, that surprise, I think, is the most overriding factor. Then once we get the surprise, then like Anand, you just now did in your introduction, we can attribute attributes to it as to how this surprise has happened and what are the great merits. And I don't dispute all of them, frankly, because the combination in Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, on the face of it, sounds brilliant. My only somewhat note of dissent or disagreement is that what happens to all the experience which the party has nurtured over these decades. So what happens with the Shivrajes of the world and the Vasundharas of the world? And imagine, even in Rajasthan, everybody had written off Vasundhara, but there were 10 other contenders whose names were doing the round. And since yesterday, we were all talking about who will be the Mohan Yadav of Rajasthan. With all respects to Mohan Yadav and with all respects to Mr. Bhajanlal Sharma, it is only a question of unpredictability. So, Mr. Modi sprang even a bigger surprise in Rajasthan because he's a first-time MLA. So, like Gujarat, Mr. Bhupendra Patel. So, the caste combination, all that is fine. I still believe that irrespective of this combination, Mr. Modi would have still been standing very tall vis-a-vis the Lok Sabha elections, because I don't for 1 second believe it is this permutation which is going to work in 2024 Lok Sabha. It's Mr. Modi's space. So these people would have just settled down. They would have been at best a few weeks old. But that's fine. But good calculation, like in Rajasthan, like you just enlisted, Rajput, Brahmin CM, Rajput and Dalit deputy CMs, and similarly in both the other states. So great on ground. Only thing is, what happens with all the experience? Where do they head now?
But they can continue to be Karyakartas. That's the whole idea. You may have tons of experience. That doesn't mean you will only sit on the kursi. You have other roles to play. Raman Singh ji can be chief minister, who was chief minister, now he is the speaker. Narendra Tomar, who was agriculture minister, now he is the speaker. So everybody plays every role.
Making leaders Karyakartas has also been a great hallmark of this dispensation. So well, we continue.
Point is sir, जब तक आपके पैर जमीन पर हैं, तब तक आपका कद ऊंचा है. जिस दिन आपके पैर ज्यादा उठने लगे तो आप गिरे तो भी टांग ऊपर वाला सिनेरियो आपका हो भी सकता है. But because sir, point is at the end of the day, everybody has to realize you cannot flex muscle. See, nobody wants an Ashok Gehlot repeat. Even the Congress doesn't want it, George Kurian ji. They'll be happy. Kash हमने किया होता. Maybe everybody could be thinking, काश हमने ये किया होता. So that we don't have people who will blackmail us and say, give me both party presidentship and continue to retain chief ministership.
That can only happen when you have a strong central leader.
George Kurian ji?
Congress failed because it was a weak central leadership.
Let him respond on that. George Kurian.
Anand, good evening to you, to my co-panelists on the show, and to your audience. Firstly, let me appreciate the fact that Bhartiya Janata Party has played very well as far as the caste equation is concerned, with the 3 new states that has come into their court, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. They have played it really well with the tribal community, the OBC scheduled caste and the Rajput community. So BJP is good at building up a narrative to the run-up to 2024, no doubt about it. And I strongly believe that the Congress Party and the united opposition is pushing for the caste census to keep in mind, because it is primarily used by the government and the policy makers and academics and other institutions to capture the Indian population, access the resources, mapping the social economic change and conduct distribution delimitation exercise. Basically, so these are the factors I would like to say that just building up a narrative, but not the population who are deserving won't get anything much is what I genuinely believe, because
please tell me
it is going to
out of these groups, the minority are the Brahmins in all the states. Even they have gotten something of their due as far as the caste combinations. बाकी सबकी तो संख्या भारी है. Be it the Savarn among the Rajput or the scheduled caste or the tribals in each of these states, उनकी तो संख्या भारी है, उनको तो मिला है. आपको तो पूरा नैरेटिव ही कट हो गया.
Anand, all said and done, but what I'm trying to put across to your audience is that Bharatiya Janata Party is going to control these states through the central leadership. The chief ministers are going to be just the yes man for them, and all the policies are going to be drafted as per the central leadership what they fancy. So I strongly believe how much is going to penetrate down these caste section of the society is yet to be seen.
Ajay Alok ji, please respond.
I just don't understand one thing. When an analyst says that all policies are going to be written by the center and the state is going to implement them. I guess the same party government is there in center and same party government is there in state, what we call double engine. Then what do you expect? You expect this double engine to run in opposite direction? No, sir. It will run in the same direction, and the speed and the acceleration will be much more faster than what you expect. You don't expect us to run a government like what Ashok Gehlot ran along with Sachin Pilot, or what Baghel ran with T.S. Singh for 2.5 years agreement. This is a cadre-based, dedicated party which is working on its ideology. And we have our ideology firm even when we were on 2 seats and even when we are on 303. And the same goes for the state also. Any state we are going to come, we are going to implement our ideology. There is no doubt about it. And there is no difference in the state and the center ideology. The point here is that there is a constant endeavor in the central leadership to create new leadership. This was there when Atalji Advani ji was there, and leaders like Narendra Modi, Sushma Swaraj, Arun Jaitley, Pramod Mahajan, they were created. When Narendra Modi ji assumed power, leaders like Devendra Fadnavis, Raghubar Das, Khattar, now you see all these 3 states, new leadership is being created. So this is our constant endeavor. Pushkar Singh Dhami, for that matter. In Gujarat, you see, we have done 2-3 CMs were changed. Why? In Goa, yeah. Because this is all to infuse new blood, fresh blood, so that the ideas can be there, energy should be there to run the state, the enthusiasm should be there. There should not be any laid-back attitude. You cannot be on the driving seat with a laid-back attitude with a low attention level. Sorry, that is not required.
पर 163 के साथ मामा जी ने भारी बहुमत से रिटर्न कराया, काम किया, 160 रैलीज भी की अजय आलोक जी. तो then it's not that they were sitting with a laid-back attitude. You may have that to a certain extent with Rani Saiba, but not with Mama ji. And on the other hand, Raman Singh ji also has not.
No, there is no going denying the fact that Shivraj Singh Chauhan is one of the tallest leader in the Bhartiya Janata Party and in Madhya Pradesh. And what he has done, he has actually steered Madhya Pradesh from non-developed state to almost a developed state now. There is now no doubt about the fact. He has nurtured Madhya Pradesh. But there are many more responsibility ahead of him. And Bhartiya Janata Party, don't forget, we have a very big, large organization who's running the country and who's running several states. Maybe Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji will get the responsibility somewhere else. Such a big organization, so we are not going to make him sit idle again in the house.
This is the largest political party in the largest democracy. तो काम तो बहुत सारा है. सेंटर में हो, स्टेट में हो, दूसरे स्टेट के इंचार्ज के रूप में हो, कैसे भी हो, काम तो बहुत सारा होगा. बट अजय आलोक जी, बिफोर आई ब्रिंग इन डॉक्टर रंगनाथन, ये कास्ट सेंसस वाला जो ये बोगी है ऑपोजिशन का, ये थोड़ा खटक रहा है. दैट्स व्हाई ऑल दिस मैसेजिंग, स्पेशली मध्य प्रदेश, वो क्या पड़ोस में जो उत्तर प्रदेश है और वहाँ एक यादव जी बैठे हैं जो बहुत अखरे हुए थे कांग्रेस से. इज दैट अ मैसेज टू हिम? देखो, वो तो सीट भी नहीं दे पाए, हमने तो कुर्सी दे दी यादव को.
See, Anand, that's not the case. For the last 20 years, in politics, if you say Yadav, एक फोटो पिक्चर सामने आती थी मुलायम सिंह यादव, दूसरी फोटो पिक्चर आती थी लालू यादव, अब आती है अखिलेश यादव, तेजस्वी यादव. Name another Yadav leader. You yourself name another Yadav leader, which you can't figure out if you call some Yadav leader. So if today BJP has given Mohan Yadav as his chief minister face in Madhya Pradesh, who does not have any lineage, and when he goes to public rally in Uttar Pradesh or say in Bihar, and he says कि भाइयों बहनों, अखिलेश यादव हैं, मुलायम सिंह यादव पिता थे, तेजस्वी यादव है, लालू यादव पिता थे, मैं मोहन यादव, मैं आपको प्रणाम करता हूँ, मेरे पिताजी का जरा नाम बताइए. I'm sure all of us sitting in the panel, we don't know the name. What about the crowd? So this is the difference, how you get out of the Parivarvad. That is not Samajwad, that is completely Parivarwad. Here the party is doing each and everything to promote every caste and creed, like what Pradhan Mantri said earlier. कि मेरे लिए सिर्फ 4 जात है, गरीब, किसान, युवा, महिला, इन चारों को सशक्त बनाना है. And if all these 4 lanterns they become empowered, where comes the caste census?
Sir, in the beginning and the
caste
end, that
census
was
are
that was the
we
entire
are not
political.
against the caste census. Day after tomorrow also Amit Shahji said in Bihar, we are not against caste census. Who said we are against caste census? And forget it. The opposition basically problem है अपनी narrative नहीं समझ पाती है. They are fighting with a guy who has mandal in head and commander in heart. कहाँ से लड़ेंगे भाई?
So ये पूरा in this very nicely put out political argument, जो बीच का पार्ट है, that is the most relevant one, डॉक्टर रंगनाथन. जब एक मोहन यादव जाकर बिहार और उत्तर प्रदेश में कहेगा ये मेरा परिचय है, so what's the messaging that's going to go across?
Good evening, Anand, and good evening to my fellow panelists. It's a wonderful discussion. Before I come to the main thrust of the thesis that you put for all of us, can I just make a couple of points? One is to heartily congratulate the new chief ministers of the states, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. I think it's incredible that new blood has been chosen, and I can be excused if I'm not able to exactly remember the names of these 3 BJP chief ministers. I dare say most of the BJP leaders, maybe Dr. Alok remembered them, but most of them even did not know who was going to be the chief minister. But that's something incredible, and that's to be encouraged and that's to be applauded, because it's just unbelievable that someone who has been a chief minister incumbent for 18 years and got them a landslide bigger than any other state in living memory has happily relinquished his position and given chance to a complete newbie. Remember in the opposition what happened? You had Mr. Gehlot slapping charges of sedition against Sachin Pilot. So, this is something really incredible, and this has been BJP's modus operandi for a very long time, and that is to be applauded, as I said. The other thing also, if I may say so, Anand, is that, of course, you broke it down into the various castes, but I dare say sometimes, cynicism gets the better of us. I mean, for example, when you talk about, yes, tribal and, these identities, Brahmins constitute only 4.5 to 5% of Rajasthan. So he's chosen a Brahmin, whereas he could have chosen someone from SC, ST that constitute 35% of the population. So I maybe say that, look, I think we're getting too cynical. We have chosen people on the basis of their aptitude and ability. So let's go forward with that. I mean, let's leave it at that. But now coming back to the 2 issues, because that's very important. You talked about the caste and where does Congress go from here. Clearly, it has been shown the door. But the fact of the matter is that, let's be very honest about it, raking up the caste is the last throw of dice for the Congress. It wants to pour molten lava down India's fault lines. It's like another Kafkaesque dream of scorching the earth and then emerging from the cave to rule it. So like a self-obsessed Pied Piper, they are leading mice and men to the cliff edge. Their army is marching in step and ominously, like Jinnah's was. But there's a difference. While Jinnah, who said, we will either have a divided India or a destroyed India, manage the former. Congress is intent upon managing the latter. I have said this before and I repeat. Making sense of Rahul Gandhi is as easy as consuming rasam with chopsticks. Remember, he is the same industrial scale liar who called the farm laws as black laws and incited the entire country against them, but didn't disclose that the exact 3 farm reforms were promised by him in the Congress manifesto. Remember, he is the same guy who came onto the streets against the CAA but did not tell the protesters that it was his party that demanded citizenship rights for Bangladeshi minorities, i.e. Hindus. He is the same hypocrite who says Modi is in the pocket of Adani and that Adani is corrupt but does not inform the nation that his Congress states continue to be invested 85,000 crores in Adani. So this is the hypocrisy of Rahul Gandhi. He is hypocrisy incarnate. Now, very quickly, let me come to the question of reservations. It is amusing, Anand, that Rahul Gandhi is now waxing eloquent about caste census when it was his government at the center that conducted the caste census but did not make it public for 3 years. Remember, it was his government at the state recently in Karnataka that conducted the caste census but did not make it public for 4 years. Remember, it was his government at the center that, despite knowing the OBC percentage in India to be more than 30%, did not make more than 3% OBCs as secretaries. Remember, it was his government in Rajasthan that gave only 10% tickets to women for recent elections. This while he cries for 33% reservation, and today he wants to give them rights. And when he says "Jitni abadi, utna haq," does he even understand the repercussions of what he's saying, or what havoc his statement can bring to minorities, both ethnic and religious, among communities? Finally, as far as reservations are concerned, beyond the hypocrisy of every political party, Anand, I have very briefly 3 points to make. Number one, if this is a moral obligation, then why is the creamy layer also included in the quotas? Are they not privileged enough now? Does the family of Rahul Prasad Yadav, for example, need reservations? Number two, as was reinforced by none other than the Chief Justice of India, that even Ambedkar wanted reservations only for a limited period of 10 to 30 years. Why do our present crop of politicians not have the guts to implement that? And finally, 30 seconds, 3. And I have said this, if giving reservations is a moral obligation, and it is, I believe it, then why are reservations excluded from certain domains and sectors, the prominent among them being the judiciary? Why do the judges suddenly think of merit when it comes to appointing their own, but think of quotas when it comes to appointing doctors, scientists and their professionals? Why are only 11% of all judges of High Courts and Supreme Court women? Why have all the 25 Chief Justices of High Courts, none of them being women? Why is only one ST judge ever been a Supreme Court judge? Why only 3% of Supreme Court judges are Dalits? Is that not hypocrisy itself?
You're not allowed to question the courts, sir. The courts are allowed to do, they have a free run. They have a free passage and they can decide who they will want to appoint. They have their own collegium. They are the only self-regulatory constitutional body in this country. A pillar that stands on itself does not depend on the others but tells the others to depend on it. But that said, we are digressing. Let's come back to the point. George Korean, ye caste census to fail ho gaya. Point here, what is the Congress going to do against all of this now? It's further cured the pitch for the Congress and the opposition ahead of Lok Sabha 2024, George Korea.
Well, I don't see it that way, Anand. I strongly believe that, here BJP is actually in double standards. On one side they're talking about the uniform civil code. On the other side, they're doing this caste politics here. So at the end of the day, I strongly believe that the voters are really confused about the entire thing as to, what is BJP up to at this point in time. But as far as the Congress and the united opposition, the India Alliance is concerned, they're firm about the caste census, and because for the socio-economic benefit of all the castes in this country, and we strongly believe that we are firm about it and we're going to get into action.
Sir, voters, I don't know. One voter is clearly confused, and with due respect, that is Mr. George Korean. What is comparing uniform civil code with this kind of a caste census or a caste reservation or a reservation got to do, or whatever you compared it with? It confounded me, sir, totally. Uniform civil code is a common civil code for everybody. And how can you make that comparison, sir? Sir, if the argument has to be made on a basis, you can't just say something and just say apple is equal to orange and apple is not equal to orange, hence pear is equal to orange. No, sir, that's not possible. Sanjeev ji, does this cure the pitch for the Congress further or not? Have they shot themselves in the foot by adopting somebody else's rhyme? In this case, the JDU. Whenever they have co-opted something which has been said by one of their alliance partners, it's backfired on the Congress party. Agree, disagree, Sanjeev ji?
I don't know about agreeing with whether it was JDU's idea which Congress has followed, but the bottom line remains that the caste census, all theory or bogey or slogan I don't think it's going to serve much purpose from here on till the national elections. More or less, the national elections narrative has been set. The only thing which the opposition can frankly do, of course, they can come up with a brighter idea than I can think of. But the one thing which they can still do, perhaps, and which may help them to some extent, and maybe not much, is to put up in as many seats as possible one candidate against the ruling coalition, NDA. That's the best. I don't think they can come up with any slogan, they can come up with any idea which is new, because most of the things that they have talked about have failed in recent past. And these 3 election results are very crucial and a very big pointer to how things are likely to play out, at least in the heartland. Right. And again, like I have been saying, even the Telangana vote, I think for Lok Sabha, the BJP need not be so depressed with losing there because they've got a good vote share. So even in South India, in Karnataka and Telangana, the BJP may actually end up doing better than what most of its detractors think.
Correct.
So the opposition best case scenario is to really put their head together, sit together, realize the hopelessness and the desperate nature of the situation, and somehow cobble together one candidate against the BJP candidate in as many constituencies as they can. And
Right.
even that may not suffice, but that's the best they can do, and that's the best they should do.
Right, black and white on this side of the screen, beige on this side. It's not something that is planned, it's just a matter of coincidence. I'm talking about the sartorial choices of our panelists today. But final word, Ajay Alok ji, the Bhagavad Gita says, Karm kiye ja, phal ki ichha mat kar. The BJP is saying, Kaam kiye ja, kursi ki ichha mat kar. Result will come to you. Is that the message?
We do believe in working for the people and all the time. We don't have time to take rest or holidays. Now it's not our problem if the opposition, so-called India alliance, they behave like they have a disease called autophagia. In this autophagia, the body starts eating its own parts. That's what we have seen. This whole India alliance is out to destroy each other. So that's a good thing for us. We want this to happen more and more. And under the dynamic and brilliant leadership of Rahul Gandhi, let this India alliance flourish and they should move like indigo. That's what we wish. It's good enough. What we are doing, we are constantly working. Our again rethink plan is different. That's why we have lost so many seats. We are working on that. And we are totally focused on Lok Sabha elections. That whatever compensation has to be made, it has to be made within 3 months. We don't have time left.
बिहार से हम कन्फ्यूजिया सुने थे, आज पहली बार ऑटोफेजिया सुने हैं. दैट्स अ टेक्निकल टर्म, अ साइंटिफिक वन, but coming in from somebody who hails from Bihar but is also a doctor by practice, that is interesting. I'll retain that. किसी और दिन कहीं और we'll try and use it again. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Always amazing speaking with all of you. Thank you very much. Dr. Ranganathan, I request you and urge you to stay on with us as we shift focus here, ladies and gentlemen, from the Hindi heartland to down south, the state of Tamil Nadu, nearly 6 months after clashes erupted at the Chidambaram Nataraja temple, where over 10 temple priests were booked for allegedly stopping HRNC department inside the temple premises. Now, once again, chaos has ensued, this time at the Ranganatha Swami temple in Trichy. Ayyappa devotees alleged that they were attacked by security guards. Devotees claim that it all started when devotees standing near the sanctum sanctorum started chanting Govinda Govinda, a traditional chant associated with Venkateshwara Swami and with Perumal. They claim that the guards were not following the rules and also asked the devotees not to chant Govinda's name. However, the HRNC department has blamed the unruly behavior of devotees, which led to the scuffle. They said that they were chanting and they were banging on the hundis and they created ruckus. The BJP meanwhile has staged protests. The party's Tamil Nadu chief K. Annamalai slamming the Stalin-led government in the state and said the government which has no faith in Hindu dharma has no business to be in Hindu temples. Listen to both sides now, the devotees and of course the HRNC department. Their version, what happened inside the temple, and the clarification coming in from none other than the HRNC minister himself, Sekhar Babu.
क्या हुआ टेंपल में, आपको भी इंजरी हुआ था, उसके बारे में जिस
is an issue, ma'am. I'm going to line. Darshan hai. VIP darshan hai. Continue. Open the continue. The VIP darshan. Only VIP darshan.
Okay.
I'm talking to. I'm not come. Try to an hour standing the line and tell that to madam. Or security guards are coming to stick the beat me, madam. So I am serious. 4 members are attack, madam. Next.
So they came and attacked you, sir?
4 members, madam. I 4 members attacked. 6 members, 4 members beating me.
Oh, 4 members were beating you. Okay. Sir, Tamil Nadu government HRNC department is saying there was unruly behavior. आपके तरफ से गलती था, इसलिए ये आर्ग्यूमेंट हुआ, स्कफल हुआ. आपका रिएक्शन क्या है सर उसमें? What is your reaction to it?
No reaction, madam. No reaction or police support. Temple security.
Police is supporting temple security.
Police supporting, full support other person, madam.
உங்களுடைய நியூஸ் 18 கூட உண்மை நிலையை இதில் பதிவிட்டிருந்தீர்கள். அதையும் நான் கண்டேன். இரண்டு தரப்பினரும் மாறி மாறி புகார்கள் கூறிக்கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள். ஆகவே இரண்டு தரப்பினர் கூறிய புகார்களையும் தீர விசாரித்து எதன் பக்கம் நியாயம் இருக்கின்றதோ அதன் பக்கம் நாங்கள் எங்களுடைய அணுகுமுறை இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சர் உத்தரவிட்டிருக்கின்றார். ஆகவே திருக்கோயிலும் அதேபோல் காவல்துறையும் இணைந்து எங்கு தவறு நடந்தது என்பதை கூர்ந்து இரண்டு தரப்பிலும் விசாரித்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள். நல்ல சுமூகமான ஒரு சூழ்நிலையோடு இந்த பிரச்சனையை முடிப்பதற்கு இந்து சமய அறநிலையத்துறை முடிவெடுத்திருக்கின்றது. மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சரின் வழிகாட்டுதல் படி.
So Sekhar Babu, they are saying that we are investigating the matter, we are listening to both sides of the story, complaints have been filed by both sides, we will get to the bottom of it and eventually the truth will come out. That's what the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu also wants. Narayanan Tirupati, Vice President of the Tamil Nadu BJP with us, Dr. Anand Ranganathan stays on, and we also have Mr. Jagadishwaran, a political analyst. So now Mr. Narayanan Tirupati, the claim that the BJP is making is that HRNC department is at fault. HRNC department is saying the Ayyappa devotees returning from Sabarimala who are heading towards Andhra Pradesh, who have stopped over here at Trichy, they are the ones who created a lot of ruckus. Where do you stand?
No, Ananda, what is the motive for them? See, absolutely none. Because they are all devotees, they have gone to Sabarimala, coming back to Trichy. And it is not new, for this Srirangam temple like this. And who are these HRNC people? Who are these gods? What is their role?
No, I think somewhere the issue is they are saying the VIP line was on, regular devotees, normal devotees were not being allowed.
Anand, yes, Anand, that is happening for a very long time. And there are a lot of complaints. And if you see Mr. Rangarajan Narasimhan's, so many tweets, or even in your channel, he has mentioned this. So it is happening regularly. They are taking money and sending these people, or they are so-called VIPs. And these people are definitely, they would have definitely objected to it because they are standing for a very long time. More than 50 people have come. We have seen. Now Purnima was speaking. They don't even know the big English. So they definitely, obviously, they will not be knowing Tamil. So it is the duty of the people, the gods, so-called gods, I don't know by whom they have appointed, that should be investigated properly. And it is the duty of them to keep, these people, they have to cooperate. Otherwise, what is the point, in hitting them? Even when Malik Kapoor came to this temple, there was no bloodshed. Now, these people are beaten with so much of blood in their faces. It is really atrocious and arrogance. We strongly condemn this. This is not new in that temple. That's what we are saying.
Srirangam temple, I've been there, sir. It's a beautiful temple and it's a fantastic facility there, and the Devasam members and people, priests there are all working. But there is a separate VIP line. There are devotees who have to stand for hours on end. And there are officials, HRNC officials also who are placed there. Mr. Jagadishwaran, why is it that the HRNC minister till now has not understood what has happened? And the other aspect is, and if there was bloodshed, why is it that it's only devotees who are bleeding?
Okay, I seriously pity people when somebody asks, what is the need for a security guard in a temple and going to Malik Kapoor for Srirangam issue? Seriously, I don't understand. See, there is a VIP darshan everywhere.
No,
you
tomorrow,
should understand.
Okay, let him complete. Let's not speak over each other.
Let me complete.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you something. If tomorrow you want to come to Srirangam temple, the first question you will ask is, can I have a pass darshan? Everybody today wants to become a VIP. They want. For example, tomorrow, if you want to go to the temple, or same the BJP functionary wants to go to a temple, they will say, okay, let's do this faster. Everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to exploit it. I would say very bluntly, exploit it. They want to do a faster and get out of the temple as soon as possible. That's what is happening. If at all there is a way with an issue. And Minister Sekhar Babu was he was not taking any stand. He was saying very clearly, we will ask both the parties what exactly happened, because he's not taking the stand. He's not even taking the stand of security guard. Security guard could have always said, what is good for him or what the police says. He's not even taking that. He say we'll discuss with both the parties and we'll come to conclusion.
Sir,
what's wrong?
My point, Mr. Jagadisharan, is most temples and most places, they also have a separate VIP pass or a VIP gate, and you pay extra for that. Devotees who pay extra for it, they show the ticket and they go by that route. The issue is not that. The issue is who got beaten up. Why the need to beat them black and blue and for the temple to be shut down for nearly 3 hours so that the blood that has been spilled there can be cleaned?
See, I saw that video. I saw a video where these devotees, the Sabrimala devotees was coming from Sabrimala, they were beating the Undial and they were shouting. I'm not very sure what exactly they were shouting.
They were not shouting, sir. They were chanting, sir.
They were chanting.
Okay. They were chanting.
The chant cannot suddenly become shout. So you are also using words conveniently.
No, just a second. I said very clearly, I didn't understand what they said. If at all they were saying Govinda, something, okay, it's chant.
No. But Mr. Jagadisharan, you saw the video, you heard the sound, but you did not understand the chant being. And you are telling me, Mr. Jagadisharan, you don't understand the chant that is Govinda.
Kindly tell me what they are chanting. I didn't hear it. Can you please tell me what they are chanting? Did you hear it? I'm asking you.
The chant while they were banging the hundi was Govinda. Okay,
because see, there was another video where I found people not chanting Govinda. I'm again using the word. They are not chanting. There was a commotion. I didn't find it a word like Govinda saying there. That's why I said they are shouting. I was very clear. If people are saying Govinda, then it's a chant. I don't disagree. I agree.
So you are saying that they were banging on the hundi and they were protesting against the long queue.
Yes. There's some sort of commotion there. I didn't exactly understand why there was a commotion. Probably there was a VIP who was trying to enter, was trying to misuse it, and they would have done that. And security guards, I don't know. Security guards, they don't use. See, there is a push and pull in every temple. Say, for example, people are going to Sabarimala, people are going to Tirupati.
Push and pull is there in every temple. Nobody is saying no, but does that push and pull mean that you pick up a few devotees and beat them black and blue?
Nobody does that. Nobody does that so easily. They can.
So they got beaten on their own. Did they pick themselves up and then they hit each other and said no?
No, only when there is a when we ask both the parties, we'll know the truth. These parties will speak for only
the devotees are saying that the local police is not even cooperating and listening to them. They have already decided they are the ones at fault. And you are saying you will listen to both sides. You heard the version. Here is another devotee. Listen to one more devotee. I'm asking Dr. Ranganathan to wait. Please listen to one more devotee. We've spoken to two devotees. One of them was the one who is bleeding in the video. He's also spoken. Listen to what he has to say.
Okay.
आज क्या हुआ सर श्रीरंगम टेम्पल में?
मतलब श्रीरंगम टेम्पल पे हम दर्शन गए थे, उधर सब भगवान का नाम गोविंदा सर पुकार था। वो टाइम पे वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर रहता है ना, वो सिक्योरिटी पुलिस அவங்க வந்து கூப்பிடாத, didn't say any names also, वो silently हम भगवान का नाम लिया गोविंदा को, वो लाठी सभी लेके एकदम मार दिया हमको। और 3 आदमी को बहुत मार पड़ा। इससे उसमें एक आदमी को बहुत ब्लीडिंग हुआ है,
जो वीडियो वायरल हो गया था। हाँ जी,
बहुत हम उधर ही था। और टाइम पे सभी अयप्पा डिवोटीज पूरा मिलके स्लोगन्स लगवाया, जस्टिस फॉर अयप्पा डिवोटीज। एंड देन
सर अभी उनका तबीयत कैसा है सर, जो 3 डिवोटीज को आज ब्लीडिंग हुआ था?
अच्छा है, एक आदमी को बहुत ब्लीडिंग हुआ और ट्रीटमेंट भी गया था। ट्रीटमेंट लेके उसको वो निकल दिया मैडम, उधर बहुत प्रॉब्लम होगा करके वो निकल दिया, चला गया वो सबरमले को चला गया। बहुत ब्लीडिंग हुआ, उसका फेस भी बहुत बड़ा हो गया, फेस भी मार पड़ के।
Now Dr. Ranganathan, en route Sabrimala, they have stopped at Srirangam for darshan and one of them was bleeding, but they all left, and right now we are given to understand they are walking towards Sabrimala. They are walking towards Pamba. All these this whole group, that's what they are saying. They are chanting Govinda. The HRNC administrative official says walk in silently, don't chant. Dr. Ranganathan.
Out here, Anand, I have to say that I agree with the HRC department and the DMK government. Because Hindus have no business to be chanting Govinda. They should be chanting Allahu Akbar and Hallelujah. What gives them the right? What gives Hindus the right to be chanting Govinda, Govinda or Rama Jai Shri Ram? It's preposterous in this country. Honestly. And number two, aren't we missing the woods for the trees out here? Because with your permission, I want to ask my good friend, Mr. Jagadiswaran, a very simple question. If I wanted to eradicate Islam and Christianity, if I attended an event that said eradicate Islam and Christianity, should I be controlling mosque or a church? It's a simple yes and no question. Mr. Jagadiswaran, can you please answer it? Should I be controlling a mosque and a church if I want to eradicate Islam and Christianity?
I mean, what is the connection to this debate now?
Why don't you answer this question and I'll explain to you?
No, why? What? First, I will ask something different. Are you ready to answer?
Don't be scared.
No, I will ask
Don't
something.
be scared.
I will ask something very different. I will ask something very different. That is not related to this debate. Will you answer?
No. He is trying to make a point. He is saying if somebody says he has a position against a certain faith or a certain religion, should he have the ability or the right to officiate religious institutions belonging to that faith at all? That's the question. If somebody says I want to eradicate Christianity, eradicate Islam, should I be managing the Waqf board or should that person be managing churches? Yes or no? Your first answer will be no. Right now you can't say no because you know you will fall into a trap. Dr. Ranganathan, continue.
Yes, so I want to continue because he's a propagandist. Look, the irony of this whole situation is that you have the minister, DMK minister, who attended a conference wherein it was alleged, not just alleged, but claimed that we need to eradicate Sanatan Dharma. And here he is controlling Hindu temples. How is he being allowed to do it? That is why I say this, Anand, we are missing the woods for the trees. Hindus are not just second-class citizens, they are 8th or 9th class citizens in this country. So I want every Hindu to stop chanting Govinda, Govinda and take up chanting of Allahu Akbar and Hallelujah.
Well, you've said it in satire, but let's hope that people understand what you're saying, the irony writ large, and you've written all about it. You've written it in your book too. I have run out of time for the moment. Let's see what the investigations eventually say and how many videos now surface and what is the story that happens. We'll continue to track the developments around what happened at the Srirangam temple. For the moment, take a short break. We thank all our panelists. When we come back, we speak with somebody from Jammu and Kashmir who's not just one of the oldest members of the BJP in Kashmir, but he's also played host and host to the now Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Stay with us.
Hello, Moto.
Movement that inspires.
News is everywhere, but so much of it is noise. But how do you make sense of it? How do you sift the grain from the chaff and get to the point that matters?
Crosstalks, where the big stories are simplified, bite by bite. Weeknights at 9 on CNN News 18.
Movement that inspires.
Exposing India's detractors.
India is not a democracy. What does the constitution mean?
Demolishing double standards. Debunking hypocrisy. Because India deserves better. The Right Stand. At this time on CNN News 18.
movement that inspires.
So yes, this news has just come out that Bhajan Lal Sharma is the new Chief Minister of Rajasthan, and as soon as the news came out, the celebrations have started. In fact, the few workers who were collected over here have started clapping as soon as they heard the name of Bhajan Lal Sharma. So yes, this name was actually one of the names that were doing rounds, but yes, no one had predicted that Bhajan Lal Sharma could be the next Chief Minister of Rajasthan. Yes, there were speculations that were happening, and Vasundhara Raje herself has gone ahead and proposed the name of Bhajan Lal Sharma, yet again giving out the message that the entire Bhartiya Janata Party, be it the centre or the state, are all on the same page. So yes, this is the big development that is coming in. Bhajan Lal Sharma is the new Chief Minister of Rajasthan, and it has officially been announced now.
Bhajan Lal Sharma, the new Chief Minister-elect for the state of Rajasthan. That's the word really coming in. That's the announcement breaking here first on CNN News 18 as we get to you all the details. A leader from the so-called upper caste, that's the community which is going to be occupying in a certain sense that's the community from which he's been chosen from. As my colleague Aman was also pointing out that there are various caste equations and arithmetics that need to be taken into account. Well, there the visuals on your screen. I believe he has the blessings of the top leadership of the party, including Mr. Rajnath Singh and Vasundhara Raje Scindia. The fact that his name was proposed by Vasundhara Raje Scindia is a show of strength. What do we know about him? Aman with us on the broadcast to give us a lowdown. Aman, the images on our screen. Bhajan Lal Sharma is going to be the next Chief Minister. Give us a sense, give us a brief history and background of the soon-to-be, sworn-in Chief Minister of Rajasthan.
Well, he is the first-time MLA now from Sanganer Assembly seat. This is a seat in Jaipur, one of the seats in Jaipur from where Bhajan Lal Sharma contested. This time, what I'm learning more is that he's also been a long-time person of the organization in the BJP in Rajasthan. He's been a Pradesh Mahasachiv for 4 times in the Bhartiya Janata Party. He is this time he's contested his election from Sanganer seat in Rajasthan, and I saw some leaders actually had gone to campaign for him, an upper caste leader. So BJP doing the perfect balancing, Anusha. Tribal in Chhattisgarh, OBC in Madhya Pradesh, and
At the peak of the times when there was a sentiment of separatism or perhaps alienation with the rest of Bharat in Jammu and Kashmir, he is a person who joined the BJP, one of the first to join the BJP in Jammu Kashmir. Joining us now is Mohammad Ashraf Saab from Budgam. Ashraf Saab, namaste. Thank you very, very much. Azad ji, आपको मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है?
धन्यवाद, नमस्ते. हाँ आ रहे हैं.
जी, मेरा नाम आनंद है. मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा, कल सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले के बाद आप क्या कहेंगे?
ये जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला कल आया, ये हमारे लिए बहुत ही मुबारक वाली बात है. जब पार्लियामेंट में नरेंद्र मोदी साहब और अमित शाह साहब ने और पूरे पार्लियामेंट में, राज्यसभा और पार्लियामेंट में इस चीज़ को क्लियर किया है कि दफ़ा 370 से कितना नुकसान है कश्मीर में, कितना नफ़ा है, तो उन्होंने आर्टिकल 370 ख़त्म करके मरकज़ के साथ मिलाया है जम्मू कश्मीर को जी. तो मैंने ये तो 5 अगस्त 2019 हुआ, तो 9 अगस्त 2019 मैंने वापस प्रेस ब्रीफिंग दिया है, तो उसमें मैंने पूरे मुल्क को मुबारकबाद दिया है. उसके साथ साथ पूरे मुल्क को हम बधाई देना चाहता हूँ, ख़ासकर नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी का और अमित शाह साहब का बहुत बहुत मुबारक है कि ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी वही फैसला सुनाया जिसके हम सुनने के लिए तैयार थे.
आज़ाद साहब, आप मोदी जी के होस्ट और दोस्त भी रहे हैं, ज़रा ये किस्सा बताइए, ये कब का है?
नहीं, देखिए, मोदी साहब के साथ मैंने काम किया है, पार्टी संगठन में मैंने काम किया है. 92 में वो यहाँ तिरंगा लगाने के लिए, चढ़ाने के लिए आए, तो उसमें उनके साथ हो गई बातचीत, हो गई जान पहचान, हो गए. फिर दिल्ली गए तो फिर हमने साथ साथ काम किया. तो 93 हम साथ साथ यहाँ थे 6 डिस्ट्रिक्ट के कश्मीर वैली में. उन्होंने बिल्कुल चौकों में, सड़कों पे लोगों के साथ बात किया है, डेयरी में लिखत में लिया है आखिर क्या वजह है कश्मीर में ऐसा माहौल बन गया है कि यहाँ के नौजवानों को मरना पड़ता है. तो उसको आज के डेट में बोलने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। मोदी साहब को सब कुछ पता है कश्मीर में क्या बीमारी फैल गई है, उस बीमारी का इलाज क्या है। वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता उस बीमारी का इलाज मोदी साहब कर रहा है, केंद्रीय सरकार कर रहे हैं।
तो यानी आपका ये कहना है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी जब प्रचारक थे आरएसएस के साथ, तब उन्होंने पूरा कश्मीर के कई सारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में ट्रैवल किया है, भ्रमण किया है, वो गए हैं सब जगह। ऐसा नहीं है कि वो पहली बार कश्मीर के बारे में ज़्यादा जानते नहीं थे।
बिल्कुल सब जगह, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में गए, हर चौकाड़ में गए, हर चौक में गए, तो लोगों से बातचीत की है, जवानों के साथ, ये यूथ के साथ बातचीत की है कि आखिर क्या है, आपका मतलब क्या है, मसला क्या है। तो वो उन्होंने खुद, तब किसको पता था ये कल पूरे भारत का यहाँ प्राइम मिनिस्टर होगा, प्रधानमंत्री बन के वो उन कामों पे बिल्कुल ध्यान देंगे जिन्होंने 93 लोगों के साथ बात करके अपनी डेयरी में लिखत में लिया है। तो हमें बहुत बड़ी मुबारक है पूरी कश्मीर वैली को कि ऐसा प्रधानमंत्री हमें मिला है। तो वो बिल्कुल कश्मीरी जवानों के साथ है और कश्मीर की मुस्तकबिल रोशन होने के लिए वो ऐसा कदम अब उठाएंगे कि हाँ, लोग इंतज़ार में हैं, यहाँ के नौजवान इंतज़ार में हैं। इंशाल्लाह जल्दी वो फैसला होगा पार्लियामेंट में ही।
आज़ाद साहब, ये 370 को हथियार किसने बनाया था?
जितने भी यहाँ 70 साल सरकारें की है और खुद को बड़े दयावान बनाने के लिए यहाँ मजलूम नौजवानों को इस्तेमाल किया है और आर्टिकल 370 खुद को बड़े बलवान बनाने के लिए इस्तेमाल किया है। और जो हमारे नौजवान हैं, नौजवान नस्ल है, 3 पीढ़ियाँ हमारी यहाँ से बहुत ही परेशान रहे हैं। सिर्फ इसलिए परेशानी ये बोलता है, खुद ही बोलते थे आर्टिकल 370 आर्जी है। मैंने भी बोला है 2019 में ही 9 तारीख को। अब माशाल्लाह कल खुद बोला है ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने, ये आर्जी है, आर्जी तो ख़त्म होना ही होना है, परमिट क्यों नहीं बनाया है। ये आज जब बोलते हैं फारूक अब्दुल्ला साहब, उमर अब्दुल्ला साहब या गुलाम नबी आज़ाद साहब या महबूबा जी बोलते हैं नहीं ये ठीक नहीं हुआ। सोच साहब भी कह रहे थे, सैफुद्दीन सोच साहब, मैं उनको ये इतना बोलूं आपके माध्यम से, क्या कभी आप बैठे हैं लोगों के साथ लाल चौक में? कभी आप लोगों ने 10 दिन भूख हड़ताल किया है? हमारे साथ ये जुल्म हो रहा है। जुल्म इनके साथ नहीं, जुल्म हमेशा इन्होंने यहाँ के यूथ के साथ किया है, यहाँ के गरीब आवाम के साथ किया है। आज के डेट में कोई इनकी बात सुनने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, ये गलत प्रोपेगेंडा फैलाते हैं।
आज़ाद साहब, आपने बीजेपी तब ज्वाइन की जब बीजेपी का नाम लेना भी नाकाबिले बर्दाश्त हुआ करता था। क्या अब जब 30 सितंबर से पहले सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है कि वहां चुनाव होने चाहिए, आप बीजेपी के परचम पर लड़ेंगे?
देखिए, मैं आपको इतना बोलता हूं, बीजेपी हमेशा तैयार है। बीजेपी डरे हुए जमात नहीं है, बीजेपी लड़ने के लिए तैयार होते हैं हमेशा। ये जो डरे वाले हैं, ये जो यही अपोजिशन, कभी 13 जमातें, कभी 14 जमातें, कभी 15 जमातें, ऐसे ही माहौल बनाते हैं खुद के लिए, आवाम के लिए नहीं। जब भी इलेक्शन होगा जम्मू कश्मीर में, इलेक्शन कमिश्नर जब भी ऐलान करेगा, भारतीय जनता पार्टी बिल्कुल 100% तैयार ही तैयार है। कल बोलेगा कल करना, कल भी हम तैयार है। आज बोलेगा आज ही करना, आज भी हम तैयार है।
तो जब सैफुद्दीन सोच साहब से मेरी बात हुई, उन्होंने कहा जम्मू कश्मीर में आवाम बहुत दुखी है, निराश है सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले से, और लोग 370 के बिना वहाँ पर बहुत ही निराश हैं, दुखी हैं। आप इस बात को मानते हैं?
नहीं, देखिए, यहाँ अवाम निराश नहीं है, निराश ये लोग हैं जो 14 पार्टियाँ अपोजिशन में है, जो वाहवाह करते हैं। ये बेचारे परेशान हैं, हम क्या करें, कहाँ जाए। लोगों के पास ये जा नहीं सकते हैं क्योंकि 70 साल से झूठ बोलते हैं, कहीं सच्चाई नहीं बोले। जितने भी ग्रांट्स वहाँ से मरकज़ से आया है यहाँ लोगों के बहबूदी के लिए, उन्होंने अपने घरों को बनाया है। लोग वही गरीब रह गए, नौजवान बेरोज़गार बन गए, रह गए, कहीं सड़कें नहीं बने, कहीं रोज़गार मैसर नहीं हुआ। तो लोग परेशान, लोग आज खुश है। जब भी इलेक्शन होगा भारतीय जनता पार्टी को वोट कश्मीरी अवाम ज़रूर डालेंगे।
मेरा आखिरी प्रश्न है आपसे आज़ाद साहब कि नरेंद्र मोदी जब एक आम आदमी थे, एक प्रचारक थे, तब आपके साथ जुड़े थे 1992-93 में, तब से लेकर अब तक क्या उनमें कोई एक बात जो आपको लगता है जिसकी वजह से आप उन पर भरोसा कर रहे हैं और आप कह रहे हैं कि जम्मू कश्मीर की आवाम उन पर भरोसा करेगी?
देखिए, मैं आपको इतना बोलूं कि जब 93 में उन्होंने पूरा दौरा किया है कश्मीर वैली, उन्होंने चौकों में, गलियों में, इन्होंने बिल्कुल बाज़ार में लोगों के साथ बात की है, बगैर डर बगैर खौफ। उन्होंने एक बात मुझे पसंद आई इनकी, आज़ाद साहब मरना तो मरना ही है, क्यों ना ऐसे मरे लोग याद करें कि नहीं कोई आदमी था जो हमें दुख सुख का साथी बनना चाहता था। हम इनसे बात करेंगे क्या मसला है। उन्होंने पूरा डाटा, पूरा खाका कश्मीर से उन नौजवानों से लिया है, मसला क्या है, गन क्यों उठा है, पत्थरबाजी क्यों हो रहा, क्यों यहाँ के नौजवान मर रहे हैं। उसी पे तो मोदी साहब इस वक्त काम कर रहा है। किसी एजेंसी से कोई रिपोर्ट नहीं मांगता है, किसी की रिपोर्ट की ज़रूरत नहीं है मोदी साहब को, क्योंकि उन्होंने 93 में लिखत में सब कुछ, हर किसी बात को लिखा है अपनी डायरी में। उसी नक्शे पे आजकल चल रहा है कश्मीर वैली में कितने बाहर आ जाएंगे, ये सड़क कैसे बन सकता है फिर। तो मुझे एक विश्वास है, एक भरोसा है, अगर कश्मीर को फिर सड़क बनाना है वो जिम्मेदारी है सिर्फ मोदी साहब का है। और हम अल्लाह से दुआ करते हैं मोदी साहब फिर प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया बने और कश्मीर हमारा, जम्मू कश्मीर पूरा हमारा स्वर्ग बन जाए और यहाँ बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह से लोग रहे, इज्जत से, बिल्कुल रोज़गार मिले जी और डेवलपमेंट हो जाए।
मोहम्मद अशरफ आज़ाद साहब, हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत
मोदी साहब नहीं चाहते हैं कश्मीर।
जी जी, अपनी बात पूरी कीजिए। जी,
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद। मैं इतना बोलता हूँ, अब यहाँ का जो कश्मीरी, बिल्कुल मैं बोलता हूँ कश्मीरी नौजवान, यूथ, चाहे वो बॉयज़ हो गर्ल्स हो, वो इस वक्त सिर्फ पहले तो अल्लाह के ऊपर देखते हैं, फिर अगर हमारे मुल्क का बात चाहे वो नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी है उनके तरफ देखते हैं। कब ये फैसला लेगा कि हमने जम्मू कश्मीर को स्टेटहुड दिया है
जी, और
इसमें कश्मीरी नौजवान को फ़ायदा ही फ़ायदा है
जी। आज़ाद साहब, बहुत
बिल्कुल एक भरोसा है
जी तो
मोदी साहब के ऊपर।
तो ये इस भरोसे पर खरा उतरना पड़ेगा प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी और अमित शाह जी को और उनकी टीम को, अगर वो वापस चुनकर आते हैं 2024 में। लेकिन 30 सितंबर से पहले वहाँ चुनाव होने हैं। मोहम्मद अशरफ आज़ाद साहब, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर स्पीकिंग विद अस। नमस्ते, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
धन्यवाद 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 सर।
In Rajasthan, so in a way proposing an upper caste leader, a younger leader. Again we see somebody who's in his between 50 and 60 being chosen as the new chief minister. In a way BJP going for this next gen leadership, and we saw Vasundhara Raje there announce his name.
Movement that inspires.
News is everywhere, but so much of it is noise. But how do you make sense of it? How do you sift the grain from the chaff and get to the point that matters?
Crosstags, where the big stories are simplified, bite by bite. Weeknights at 9 on CNN News 18.
Movement that inspires.
So yes, this news has just come out that Bhajanlal Sharma is the new Chief Minister of Rajasthan, and as soon as the news came out, the celebrations have started. In fact, the few workers who were collected over here have started clapping as soon as they heard the name of Bhajanlal Sharma. So yes, this name was actually one of the names that were doing rounds, but yes, no one had predicted that Bhajanlal Sharma could be the next Chief Minister of Rajasthan. Yes, there were speculations that were happening, and Vasundhara Raje herself has gone ahead and proposed the name of Bhajanlal Sharma, yet again giving out the message that the entire Bhartiya Janata Party, be it the centre or the state, are all on the same page. So there, yes, this is the big development that is coming in. Bhajanlal Sharma is the new Chief Minister of Rajasthan, and it has officially been announced.
Good evening, this is Brass Tacks. I'm Zaka Jacob. After the legal validation of the decision to abrogate Article 370 by the Constitutional Bench of the Supreme Court yesterday, the verdict that came out, one thing is absolutely clear, that both in letter and spirit of the law of the land, today Jammu and Kashmir is truly an integral part of India. It is as integral to India as any other state in this country. Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh. All the laws of the land which are applicable in any state of this country will now be applicable in Jammu and Kashmir as well. And more importantly, the fig leaf that was offered through autonomy or special status, or because 370 happened to be on the statutory books, that fig leaf which allowed Pakistan or even China for that matter to meddle in Kashmir, that fig leaf does not exist